Welcome back, everybody, to week 3 Pentakill action. We thought we were streaming, we weren't, but we're here now. The second game of the night. Today we have the Ionian Bladedancers versus the Freljord Frostguard. Crazy game that just happened, 50-minute game. I'm here, I'm Kev, I'm here with DepressionMain. How's it going?
I'm doing great, and what a crazy game that was, and what a tough deck.
Yeah, did you? Let's just repeat. Let's just repeat everything we said for the past 3 minutes. Yeah. So basically, what we were talking about, when we thought we were streaming,
we saw Ionian Bladedancers pick 3 awesome flex picks to start off their draft with the Trundle, the Lulu, and the Vayne. Obviously, any of those can go into at least 2 lanes. And then the response from Freljord Frostguard with some comfort picks on the Ziggs and the Udyr.
Yeah. And we were also talking about how the supportive Lulu pick mid is insane here with the champions that Ionian has drafted, right? Like Vayne, Trundle, Tahm Kench all do super well with a support on them, right? With Lulu Ultimate, with Lulu W, Lulu Shields, like it's such a crazy good pick with their comp. I love it. And the damage that you miss out, the magic damage that you miss out on by picking a supportive mid, you pick that up by picking Zyra in the support role. You know what I mean? Also, you have a Vayne. You have a Vayne, so it's not like you're dying for damage anyway. She's always going to do true damage. So the other thing, big thing we were saying about Freljord's draft is that they have a lot of magic damage. The Ziggs bot lane is a great pick. It takes down towers really fast. It pushes really fast. But it's a little bit scary to have Ziggs, Orianna, and even like your support to be like kind of heavy magic damage users. It's a little bit easy to build against that, right? Especially with imagine a Force of Nature, a great item that actually just got buffed, built on the Tahm Kench or on the Trundle or even on the Vayne, which I've seen recently. Like that'll be huge.
Yeah, it'll definitely come down to how far ahead or, how far we can set somebody behind from the Freljord Frostguard. If we can see them get ahead, we might be able to see, them abusing, the item advantage or, even if there's no deficit from them, they might be able to use their wallets to sort of build around, the itemization that we can predict from the Ionian Bladedancers.
Yeah, for sure. And I think something that sometimes is unfortunate for when you have a comp like this is like, for example, if Orianna or Ziggs gets fed. I don't think my league client is working, so give me 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, if they start to get if they start to get fed, basically like you build against one of them and you end up like just picking up like defensive options against the other. You know what I mean? So it ends up being kind of unfortunate.
It looks like both teams are going for a pretty standard start here. Both teams looking at all 5 jungle entrances. We got some defensive supports coming out. A little bit of poke between the supports. Zyra and Talia trading there. Both of them about half health. They'll probably both reset here. No issue.
Cool. All right, and we're in the game. We're good to go. Yeah, some early action here. I don't think that... I didn't catch the beginning of the last game. Was there any early action? Because I think we have...
in the same scrim you were, so I'm not sure.
That's true. Yeah, I tend to kind of like not really think that there's a lot going on in a lot of early games of the league games. Sometimes
we definitely saw a bunch of early action in the IWB versus Voidwalkers yesterday.
That's true.
And it set up the whole game.
Yeah, with the Twitch going straight in and getting that first blood. I remember that.
Yep. So, pretty standard buffs here. Udyr's going to start by himself. They're faking the leash on the bot side. Trundle's going to, go for a quick level 3, ignoring the Krugs.
I like that. I like the Udyr starting topside. It's going to take him a little bit to solo that, but Trundle is definitely a jungler that you tend to want to avoid early on, right? Like, you don't really want to get into an early fight with him. 1v1 or even 2.
It looks like Tim is going to take the opposite of that advice and go straight for the invade.
Interesting. Yeah, just does one camp. The scary thing about doing something like this is that with the way that people path, sometimes if you're not fast enough, the jungler will, will stumble upon you doing it, and he'll be like a level ahead.
But it looks like he's going to get away clean with this. And what he was clearly looking at, he had priority in both top and mid lane, so it was a little bit safer for him to be doing this than it would normally be. And to take that away from Trundle is huge, especially, I think that was actually a mispath from Richard Nixon, who should have been going straight to his Gromp instead of stopping at Wolves there if he's looking for the quick level 3, because Wolves do not offer as much experience as the Gromp does. So he is not level 3 until completing the Gromp.
Yeah, and I wonder if Trundle's looking to do something early top lane. Looks like he is now.
It looks like he is, yeah. Directed camera's going to bring us up there, and Brian gets behind Ninja in here. Lots of damage coming down from the Trundle, so Ninja's just going to die. There's no way he gets out. I don't think, yeah, he didn't even bother wasting any of his summoners.
Yeah, I like
Very
that.
Conservative there.
I like holding your summoners there. Oh, wow.
More action down to the bot lane here as Ziggs is going to pick up a kill. Second blood, but first in the bot lane, Ziggs picking it up for free.
Yeah.
He did burn his heal there and ignite from his support, but they got 3 of the 4 summoners off of the bot laners here.
Just so unfortunate there. Black's a little on the Zyra there, flashed in, and I think the level 3, like they were a level down when he flashed in. So it just, they just ended up having a little bit too many stats and lived.
It looks like Leggy's in trouble here. Both mid laners out of mana. Tim is going to step in, though, and start brawling with the Trundle. And Udyr is just so strong early. Trundle is a late-game carry here, and just watching him get beat down, and Leggy going to pick it up with an auto attack. Doesn't need mana while he's just getting hand-fed by Tim there.
Wow. Yeah, that's... a little bit unfortunate for the Trundle. I think, he lost his early blue buff, and then he kind of made up for it a little bit, right, by getting that kill top lane. But yeah, that's going to hurt. It's going to hurt to take that...
Actually, I believe the kill went over to Brian in top lane, so he didn't actually get as much gold.
That's
and
true. Yeah.
So on his reset, he only got a pickaxe there, rather than a full Iron Spike whip.
Looking at
so
some of these...
I really like seeing this from Tim, because it really does show that he's super comfortable in what he's doing. He knows that he can trust his laners to move with him, and he's gonna try and escalate any advantage he gets here.
One thing I will say about this early game, if the Udyr gets very ahead and strong, I think that definitely helps to... Oh.
A little bit getting saved by his bot lane there. That's a little blessing of the priority, though.
Oh, God.
Trade in the top lane. Brian might have to gray health here to save himself. Good thing Garen is not level 6 yet. There's the flash under the tower, and I think he just sort of misplayed. Oh. And there's Brian. And he just barely picks it up on the blast plant there. And more action in the bot lane as Trundle is ganking. Don Helsing unable to get out of there on the Ziggs. And Richard Nixon finally grabbing some more priority for the Dragon here. And mid lane's moving down, though, so we still have a 3-on-3 in the bot lane. Udyr with a flash stun. Richard Nixon in trouble now because Udyr is going for it with that tiger stance. And Tobajal is about to get doped by Sly Little Fox. These fights are all over the place.
Gosh.
What an action-packed first 6 minutes of the game.
So much going on. This is crazy. Yeah, I can't believe nobody died there on that re-engage. Jill coming down, level 6. Maybe they'll want to do something. What I was going to say is that if Udyr, and it doesn't look like this is going to be the case anymore, but if Udyr can kind of like get really ahead and get an early lead and like push with that, that definitely helps to mitigate the damage kind of balance difference.
For sure. Bring a little bit more of the AD balance up as they can sort of avoid the wallet heavy, magic resist items.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be really happy if I saw a Force of Nature come out this game. It's not built super often, and I think that's kind of why they buffed it recently. So sorry, did that buff actually go through? I'm not 100% sure now. But
I don't think it's on this patch. I think it's on the next one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Regardless, it's still a great item, I think. especially in
It
this
will
comp.
be. It will definitely be good,
Vayne
especially on the
low.
bot side. And oof, Don Helsing's damage is just ridiculous on those Qs. And he's gonna flash to get away. Oh my god, this guy's crazy.
Got Garen in his mouth. Top lane. It switches to top lane, and Garen is inside of Tom Kench's mouth.
Yep.
Oh,
Gets
man.
away though, walks it out.
Can you believe there's only been 3
Started
kills
the drag.
apiece? It's 3-3 right now. I feel like there's
It is.
been so much more fighting than just 3 kills worth.
Yeah,
know?
I think Richard Nixon just made a mistake there aggroing the dragon because he is not strong enough to do it by himself right now with no prio in mid. And Jill is going to take a nice easy trade here. Lulu's pretty safe with taking these early trades until the jungler shows up. And right now Tim's busy taking more blue buffs from Richard Nixon. Mr. President's definitely going to have to add some more pressure here if they want to make a big difference. All the bot laners are in mid lane except for Don Helsing. And Leggy's going to speed him away, and they're going to get out nice and safe. Ninja taking another questionable trade up here in the top lane over a ward. He does get it. Vision score is critical, and he's going in. There's the Ignite. We might see a Garen flash ult here. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
And,
Every time
Blue
we
team
look
does
top-
manage to finally.
Every time we look top, they're fighting. Just every single time without fail.
Every single time. They are definitely going to have the highest damage this game if this trend keeps up.
I've got to think, by the way, that like a skirmish heavy game here is really good for blue team.
Oh, for sure, especially as they scale up a little bit. Don Helsing 1v2ing doesn't manage to pick up the kill for the 1-for-1, so he is just killed.
A lot of damage coming down on that Vayne, but just barely lives.
Yeah, I think the lifesteal saved her there.
Yeah, she also healed, definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, so, you know, a skirmish heavy game, I think, especially around mid lane, I think is really good for blue team. Just because of the fact that they have a Lulu, and the Lulu buffing up that Trundle in skirmishes, buffing up that, you know, Tom Kench if he ever walks down, is massive.
For sure, and there's the surprise 2v2 for Tim there as he engages. And Ninja Owen's looking for that Garen out. There it is, finally managing to pick up what he was fighting for the entire game. Good job, Ninja Owen.
It's really back and forth in that top lane there.
It's
so exciting.
back and forth.
I could not tell you who's going to die next, honestly. There.
Leggy getting pushed out. Richard Nixon flashing forward. Leggy is in trouble. He speeds himself away, but the Trundle Pillar comes down to flash away from Leggy, the ult. And it looks like he is safe for now. Tobajal coming to pick up Jellyfish and does. Absolutely massive roam from the support while Don Helsing is safe pushing against just Sly Little Fox. Jer is Jer's just setting up a little bit of vision to stop Tidon from taking his jungler's entire jungle.
One thing I really like about that roam from Talia mid is that it was a repeat gank. A couple minutes ago, when Talia showed up there and they almost killed Jill, they blew her flash. So Talia coming back around.
Tim was there in between too.
Yeah. So Talia coming back around
Flash
and just
forward from Zyra.
Oh my gosh.
Zyra ult hits the Tobajal. Tobajal's trying to get out of there, but does not. Don Helsing is in a bad spot for Vayne stuns. There it is. Vayne ult forward, flash for the stun, and Ziggs is unable to pick up a kill back. That is massive for Vayne. Now going even in kills, looking to escalate for the late game early on.
Yeah. Looking at some of this gold while they fight top lane here. Oh,
they
maybe
fight top
Garen
lane for
will...
a 5th time. And now Garen's flash. Brian's flash as well. Tom Kench chasing him down. The tongue lash misses.
Oh my gosh.
There was an E moving forward. We're fighting in the bot lane now. Tim's caught with a stun, but he still managed to pick up the kill on Sly Little Fox. And Garen is still running for his life. Barely any health, but Garen passive does bring him back up to 25%. And he's going to be safe under the tower as Trundle is looking for a dive in the top lane.
Wow.
There's the ping. They're going for it. Brian's diving. He's full health. He's getting the slow. Trundle's got the pillar ready. Trundle's slapping down on him. Brian might die to tower here. He's gonna. That is 1-for-1 in the top lane. The most violent top lane of this week.
Absolutely. Definitely. The craziest top lane here. I'm not...
Another
And a
repeat
dive
gank
mid,
from
yeah.
Tobajal.
And that's just the classic, you know, something happens on one side of the map and you just look for, you know, a play to kind of balance it out. So that was really
and
good.
Jer is looking to punish Don Helsing by pushing him off the wave there under the tower.
I mean,
trying to get any advantage he can.
I like this. I like when, you know, when you have a support player that's, you know, one of the kind of higher elo players on your team. I like that they can kind of take control of the game by, you know, dictating how roams go. And, you know, you kind of control the tempo of the game by doing that. Unfortunately, right now, the champions that are really good are, you know, like enchanters that sit in lane a little bit more.
For sure.
Wow, I'm just instantly done.
Wow. Just detonated there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane damage by that Zyra. Not even a full item yet. But yeah, she bursts them down. One little thing about the gold. There is a huge difference in mid gold right now. The Orianna is out CSing and, you know, has kills and assists. So she's up, you know, quite a bit of gold. But it's Lulu, right? Doesn't really matter that much. You're not competing...
yeah, Lulu's power spikes come based on teammates rather than on
and you're not competing against Orianna's damage, right? You're competing against how strong can you make your other teammates, right? Like
for sure. And with Trundle being about 400 gold up right now, that's a good look for Lulu.
Yeah, for sure. Is he?
Yeah, he said about 49 against Tim's 45.
Yeah.
So
he has a really big buy. He has 3k gold right now.
Yeah, he might be inting by trying to do this dragon without buying.
Oh wow,
but, yeah. We'll see if the camera brings us back down away from this top lane fight. Blue team does manage to get the dragon, but a fight here is not looking good for blue side. With the Orianna ult hitting both bot laners, Tim might actually get burst out here, and he does. Lulu picking up that kill, evening out the gold a little bit. Sly Little Fox gets the Lulu ult, manages to get everybody else out safe. And that's a great trade for blue side right there, especially with how big their wallets are unspent.
Yeah, I would say maybe even lucky for the blue side to come away from that ahead. Because
for sure,
3,000 gold, in, you know, 3,000 gold that Trundle's sitting on, that's huge.
Yeah, 1,400 in the Vane's pocket. That's a
he
BF
has
sword.
no completed item, right? Like that's yeah, that's pretty crazy. Very lucky for them to come away from that with a, you know, with a winning fight.
For sure. Looks like Jill's pressuring out this top lane. Brian's looking to poke Ninja Owen out now that he's feeling a little bit more confident in his ability to put him out.
The classic Trundle play where you just go to, you don't even gank, right? You just go to one of your lanes and you just hit the tower until it goes down. Oh wow. Yeah, he actually goes down there. Another good kind of map movement from the Talia. I really like the Talia dictating the pace of the game by doing that. A defensive ult from Jer there, just to kind of get them away.
Yeah, they don't want to give up anything they don't have to, especially around this Herald. Brian is going to come down a little bit. It looks like he's going to try and contest this as we pressure in the mid tower here.
Oh man. 18 kills together total.
18 kills,
15 minutes
16 minutes.
And the gold is 200 difference. I like this. This is, you know, 15 minutes in, still a pretty close game. It doesn't always happen like this in Pentakill League, so this is nice to see. Maybe we'll get 2 close games tonight in a row.
For sure.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
There are lots of pink boards on the buy right now. We got looks like we're sitting on 6 on Freljord Frostguard. And just went up to 6 on the side of IB as well. Lots of vision all over the map.
Let's talk about this vision score difference too, between the Zyra and the Talia.
Oh, for sure. Zyra at 29. Her plants do count towards the vision score when they reveal somebody in a bush, so that is going to be a little bit inflated as is. But even still, that is nuts, trying to clear all of those wards from Tim early on as he was pushing into the early jungle invades. Zyra was roaming between mid and bot, just trying to clear those to keep Trundle safe.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, sometimes when you roam, vision can get a little bit... Especially clearing out vision is a little bit hard because you're not always in the same areas as the other support, you know? But, you know, you should be able to, like, kind of place wards down where you're going and, Yeah, so I'm a little bit surprised at that vision difference there. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it is kind of the Zyra planes making that difference. I don't. Nobody actually knows how vision score works. So.
I think some of it does come from Tobajal having a lot of control over the river and not exploring into their jungle like aggressively, and that's where a lot of the early blue wards were, because they were trying to be defensive as they wanted to sort of relax the Udyr.
Yeah, nice little behind the tower play there from Freljord. I'm very interested to see if they'll... Oh my god, the gold is almost dead.
Ooh, Lulu all just barely helping Lulu survive against Leggy as he pushes that Orianna ult. Tower goes down, not going to protect Jill for very long.
Oh, wow.
Jill's pushing up a lot farther than I think she should be with Udyr right by.
That barrier is saving
sure he spotted out.
Barrier plus Lulu shield just, let her survive through that burst. Along with the ultimate, of course.
Trundle wrestling with Tobajal. Ziggs ult almost pick up the Trundle, forces the flash. Jer's pushing his luck here. Tobajal not having any of it, though.
I love how many...
Another close fight.
I love how many times people have walked away in this game just with, no health.
Lots of respect.
We could have like 5 more kills on each side,
oh, for sure.
Just if any of those plays gonna work out. Let's look at some itemization here while there's a lull in the game, maybe. Triforce on the Garen.
Yep. Pretty standard.
Trying to get some maybe trying to get some damage out there. Because again, they're gonna need some AD damage.
For sure. Obviously not the best option against Tom Kench. But it definitely, for when he gets to fight with Jill against, Sly Little Fox, against the Zyra too, that'll definitely help him out.
For sure.
First Chem Dragon spawning of the game. We could have as many as 6 of them here, so...
Oh, man. If we have 6 Chem Dragons...
If we get 6
It's going to be a long, long game.
It's going to be a long one, but it is possible. The last game had, 10 dragons in it? So,
I like the standard, pop Rift Herald in one lane, and then use that to get priority on Dragon.
Here comes Brian. He's starting the engage, gets pushed away by Ziggs, and Tobajal's going to try and punish that. Leggy is also dealing a big amount of damage. T-Don pushing forward, gets caught by the Zyra, gets blown up by the Trundle Pillar, but he does survive with the heal from Ziggs.
A very split fight here.
Yeah. A little bit of prio from red side here as the Freljord Frostguard sort of position themselves, but we do still have yet to see Garen in this fight. This has been a 4-on-5 so far. Orianna ult, Richard Nixon super low, Brian trying to force him back out of the fight. Ziggs ult goes down, missing everybody, but it was a good effort because that is a zoning ult.
Yeah.
We take those every time.
I think
and
this is
so
also
difficult to see them.
I think this posturing is also a good example of why being completely grouped up isn't always great, right? Oh man.
For sure. Garen's catching waves, and the rest of the team is sort of just farting around in the river here, getting vision score increase. Garen had to flash away there. Almost got caught by 5, but managed to stay safe. He's coming back. He's looking for more. And there's Dalia getting the wall off. T-Don trying to force the dragon down.
The dragon resets.
Brian's all over him. Get the smite. There it is. Ziggs picks up a kill on Tom Kench. Trundle is going to pick up one. Lulu's killing somebody in the back line. Garen kills the Lulu. Lots of kills on both sides. We still have Zyra alive, but Zyra is not going to get that kill. Trundle is. Must have been a smite there. And we have 2-on-1 left over, top and mid against the support. The Zyra ult, Jer just showing off how good he is at this champion.
Wow,
Lots
okay.
of crazy things just
so
there.
like a pretty even fight at the end. Obviously Freljord comes out a little bit ahead just because they got one more kill and they got the dragon there.
For sure.
I will say if you kind of watch that back and kind of see how they posture there was a full minute where Ionia didn't really get much done. They were just kind of sitting together as 5. They're not getting any gold, farming any camps, not pushing for vision really, just kind of sitting in their camp tech zone.
Yeah, Ninja Owen manages to pick up 2 full waves by himself in the middle.
Not even just that, picking up 2 full waves and also killing the Rift Herald, right? Which was their... That was blue team's play there. They popped the Rift Herald. They didn't push the wave completely in, so the Rift Herald wasn't able to push up and and get pressure on that tower. So Garen accomplishing a lot there. Also in the middle of that fight too, I don't know, what the camera was doing, but Udyr went and did a jungle camp. He was really low.
Trundle went and grabbed red buff.
Right, and Udyr was low, so Udyr got a bunch of health off of that too. So, and Tobajol on the Talia even got a back off in the middle of all that because he was low too. So
yep, and he came back in with the ult, and this is gonna be a pick onto Tim here. Tidon a little bit too low to be doing this. Flashes away, manages to not int as he is trying to steal that blue buff. Blue buff does end up going onto Jer there as they take it away from him. Interesting choice to give that to the support so early on.
Still such a close game. I mean, it's
for sure.
500 gold is nothing at at 22 minutes. Like, what is that, a component maybe on some people? Like it's not a big deal, right? It's
yep.
It's just such a close game.
It's super close.
I fear. Maybe not
we do see a little bit of difference in some of the lanes, though. Mid lane being up 1,600 gold.
It's definitely not even across the board in terms of like who's up where, for sure. So there is some significant kind of like gold differences.
Leggy's got a bunch of gold. I see Richard Nixon has a bunch of gold. So a little bit of respect needs to be shown to these guys who are on such powerful characters. But we might be seeing a dive onto Garen in the top lane. Freljord Frostguard trying to respond are probably going to end up picking up Jer here as he Zonias, but it only manages to delay his death. Garen is inside of Tahm Kench again as we sort of get a glimpse of them on the top side of the map here. Jill does get run down, and Don Helsing's here to bail Ninja out. Brian's trying to make the big shield, but I don't think it's going to be enough as that runs out, and Leggy picks up another kill.
Just a series of unfortunate events for Ionia there. The Zyra getting caught, which, it happens, right? That's probably okay. But Lulu actually flashed over to try to save her, and she ended up getting caught because of that too. And then, the Tahm Kench just was scrapping while that was going on.
Ledge is in a rough spot here with Richard Nixon being so powerful. They're still doing the Baron. Tim just coming over here to sort of shoo him away, and then headed back to the Baron for the Smite. And that is a very clean Baron play by the Freljord Frostguard. A very good showing from them in these last few minutes.
I will say I really love the rune choice from Orianna. The whatever that rune is called, the one that makes you fast and you use 3
That
spells.
is Phase Rush.
Phase Rush. It's so good into the Trundle, into the Tahm Kench, right? Like champions that are just kind of try to run you down like that.
For sure, and I
really
expect
like
that's why we see it on the Udyr as well.
I think also the way this game is going is kind of the most interesting way it could go, just because Freljord being ahead, I think kind of compensates for the comp difference a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, Vayne damage coming through, harder and harder as the game goes on. Zyra doing a bunch of damage, and then them having the Lulu as a support for all those carries. I think that's going to be really scary in 5v5 team fights, especially if, like we said, they start to itemize around the heavy magic damage of this comp. So we'll see if they start doing that. I'm looking here, and it doesn't look like... Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody started to build any of those items.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any either.
Yeah, I would love a Force of Nature start right now on Tahm Kench.
I see Trundle has a null magic mantle that can build into anything.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe that's what we're seeing there.
Got another dragon spawning here. Freljord Frostguard in a little bit of a better position here due to vision, but we have TP coming in from Tahm Kench. There he is. He is 1v4 though, and he lost his little jump out, so he's taking a lot of damage. Zyra ult comes down on just Tim, so we're seeing a lot of resources being burned here.
And remember, Garen has no TP, so this is definitely a 4v5 for now.
For sure. Don Helsing trying to get a little bit more poke out, but they do end up giving up the dragon.
Yeah,
Red does manage to pick up a tower there. They're looking for another. Tim sort of spooking him away, it looks like here. Might be a little bit too far forward with Trundle Pillar. Seeing a little bit more damage coming down from his carries. Leggy's going to get forced out of this fight. He flashes. Tim's getting burst down. Tobajal's here, but he is not here in time. And Sly Little Fox gets enough shields from Lulu that he is going to survive.
Just barely.
Don Helsing trying to position himself in a way that he doesn't get killed by Richard Nixon. Leggy is hit by another pillar. Tobajal's trying to predict, but is unable to, and Richard Nixon bites him in half. And there's the Orianna ult to try and buy more time, but Zyra picks up 2 kills.
Yeah, and the whole time that's happening, Garen with Garen with Baron buff just pushing down the towers.
Garen decided to take 3 towers and does.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's always unfortunate to lose so many towers, but 4 kills and the dragon, you'll take that for sure. Especially in a game that you were like a little bit behind in, and in a game where you scale really hard. Like your Zyra skills, your Vayne skills, your Trundle skills, and then you're gonna have a Lulu on top of all those late game characters. The Tahm Kench is not great as the game goes longer and longer, but it's he's just gonna be there taking damage for them. So it's fine.
Yep, and even if he just manages to get an eat off on anybody, that turns the rest of that fight into a 5v4 or better.
Oh, not even mentioning the eat. Like, you have Lulu to protect people. Not even just that. Tahm Kench could just eat one of the 3 carries that they have. Like,
for sure.
I'm really liking the comp as the game goes on.
I do see him delving a little bit further into armor items, however. He already has plated steel caps. He's already got the Frozen Fist. He's got Fimble Winter, and now he's building a Thorn Mail on top of that.
That's a little bit unfortunate. I will say, at the very least, Tahm Kench is just super tanky regardless. So
for sure, his health is just absolutely nuts, and his shields are bonkers.
Yeah, the most important thing, I think, is that we're seeing the Trundle. Oh, looks like a fight's...
Trundle's looking for a pick on Tobajal. Tobajal gets the speed up and is out of there as Trundle ult ticks him down.
Yeah, I think the important thing in terms of builds, at the very least, is that we do see that Trundle is going for that Spectre's Cowl, so it's probably going to be Spirit Visage, right? I think that's the only item that builds into...
it also builds into the Abyssal Mask now.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he's going to be going that, right? Yeah, no. So yeah, it's probably Spirit Visage coming out here. And then also, I think we see the Vayne going into Wit's End, which is great.
Yep, looks like it.
You pretty much only die to the Garen now, and Garen's going to have a very hard time, bursting you down if you have a Lulu to polymorph him, a Lulu to ult you, all that stuff. So I love it. I mean, I just love this comp. I think it's gonna... I think their ease of execution is super easy.
Another brawl in the top lane. Go get him, Ninja. Kick his butt. And Brian just does not care.
Yeah.
3 armor items already. He just absorbs whatever Garen can dish out and enjoys it. And let's take another look at those vision scores. Double from both bot laners right now. In the favor of Ionian Bladedancers.
The flash!
Flash forward. Ninja Owen's going for it. Garen is doing so much damage.
Oh!
The big shield keeps him alive. His team's here. He's still cut down. Let's see if Ninja Owen can do anything else with that. That is huge damage onto the Trundle. Holy cow.
This is classic Ninja Owen, just running someone down in a lane and, getting the kill. But also maybe kind of overextending a little bit. It's good that he got the kill. Also,
he did manage to get a tower off of that. So
I will say, good. In terms of things that the Freljord Frostguard can do against, comp that's so good at 5v5ing is like, they have a Ziggs, right? They have such a good, they have such good siege just by having a Ziggs, you know what I mean? They don't have an 80 carry to auto-attack the towers, but as long as you have a Ziggs, it's fine.
Ziggs doesn't really care about towers. He just says, oh, this is my favorite thing in the game. It blows him up.
Looking for this 4v4.
Tobajal looking for something in the backline here. The Ziggs ult does come down, but Richard Nixon is so tanky right now. Tim manages to pick up one. Tobajal manages to pick up one. Trundle manages to take one back. He gets pushed away from the rest of the team, and he is cut off from the dragon. But I think the fight has diffused, and Brian with a late teleport here just sort of appears and forces them further back.
Looks like the dragon's
Tobajal getting face checked here. It's going to be real close. He does manage to get away.
Dragon's up now. And this is Chemtech's soul, if they're able to get this.
Richard Dixon finds Ninja Owen in the river, and Ninja Owen is ready to give his life for the cause as Brian steps into him. And,
the tongue misses, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Zyra manages to pick it up with one of the plants doing some damage over time off of the Leandries.
I love
the
I love the theme of this game here, where we have a fight going on, and then the junglers just go do a jungle camp to get their health back up. It's happened so many times this game.
We do have a unleashed teleport ready and waiting from the Orianna from base. I think that she probably just could have walked in. And there's the start.
I mean, this is scary. This is a 4v5.
There's the TP.
This is a 4v5.
Yeah, with Garen down, that is going to be rough. But I think this is a take it fight for them because Kemsel is just so strong right now. Obajal gets run down. Tim gets picked off in the fight. Yeah, that is looking rough.
Definitely going to be a Baron too.
The Freljord Frostguard. Ledge doing some damage. Just doing what he can to slow him down. I don't think that's going to stop him.
No. Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of like... That's sometimes why it's a little bit better to just give up. You know, give up, not just give up. Give up objectives that you know you're probably not going to get. Because you don't just lose Chemtech off that, you know? You lose the...
You lose a lot of gold from the fight.
And you give the
Baron.
The kills as well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely a pretty good couple of minutes there from the Ionian Bladedancers.
And even after all that, only up 300 gold, you know? So
for
it
sure.
definitely could have been mitigated, some of the how that play went, for sure.
But now we get our Pizza Hut power play for the Baron here. So we're going to go ahead and send a word to our sponsors or something like that.
Yeah, thank you, Pizza Hut, for sponsoring.
Thank you, Pizza Hut.
They only sponsor the Baron play. That's it. Nothing else.
That's it.
It's just the Baron play. The rest of the game
sponsored by Wingstop.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it's out of pocket from Kamish.
Trying to fight.
Another fight in the top lane.
Oh!
He gets absolutely butchered while he's in his mouth, and he's trying to make something happen while he's a zombie, but is unable to. Big pick from Ninja there.
Hey, maybe I don't know. Maybe it was a good idea for Tom Kench to kind of not go immediately for those MR items if he knows that he's going to be struggling against Garen later on.
For sure. And now he is building towards his MR. He's got a spirit, a spectral scowl rather. The spirit visage is done on Trundle. I'm seeing the Wit's End finished on the Vayne. We have a Zonia's on the Zyra.
Yeah.
Those are big buys to keep that team alive.
It also looks like the Trundle, Richard Nixon on the Trundle is going for a second MR item. You know, he already has the No Magic Mantle there, so yeah, that's great. I love that. Love to see that.
Sly Little Fox poking the Garen a little bit. Garen doesn't care. Garen says, shoot me 3 times or don't shoot me at all. Richard Nixon smiting the crab away. Got 5-on-3 in the mid lane right now. Zyra moving over. Brian is available. His TP is ready. Sly Little Fox getting burst down. Tim getting counter burst down. Ooh. And Ninja O just absolutely runs over Vayne, who will damage him as a zombie. Richard Nixon getting into 3 of them here as Tim is fluttering in and out expertly with that CC from the Udyr. But Richard Nixon is just so tanky and manages to frontline for Zyra.
Where's the damage on this Trundle? You can't do damage to Trundle, you know? Like, just this comp is...
That Spirit Visage is just allowing him so much freedom over the entire team right now.
Garen is dead?
Just runs over
Garen
everyone.
Is dead. Where's your AD damage, you know? It's just... Trundle was pretty low for a bit there in the fight. But yeah, it just doesn't end up making a difference.
And there he is, diving a tower. Lulu to support him, no repercussions, able to pick up another kill onto the support and pushing Tim back out of this fight. They're going to pick up this inhib, no issue.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pizza Hut Baron power play for this inhibitor.
They have... The Baron actually just ran out. I think if the Baron hadn't run out, I mean, they could go for it anyway.
They're looking for the game. They're looking for the game here.
5 seconds on the mid lane and the bot lane to come up.
Ninja Owen's here. He's ready to fight for this.
A ton of wave clear coming up in 5 seconds.
They're up. Zigzald's already down. Ziggs is going to try and put Brian out. With the resurrecting on the Brian, he didn't get pushed away from the tower there. Jared's still alive. He's causing a lot of problems, but Ziggs just blows him up. We're seeing Ninja Owen running down 2 in the mid lane. And we got Orianna cleaning up in the back.
Wow.
Ninja Owen is picked up by the Vayne, however. And Tobajal going for it. We see Jill a little bit low there. Polymorph, Ignite, and Vayne picks it up. Nice, clean disengage from Ionian Bladedancers there.
A full-on team fight. Them almost trying to end the game. And what is the end result? A 1k gold lead. Is that 1k?
1K
2K?
gold. Yep.
1k, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how close this game is gold-wise, and then how different it looks when you look at the objectives and the map state, you know? I think that just kind of shows you that if Freljord were willing to give up some of the dragons or kind of like play some of the fights a little bit safer, I think they, they could have a little bit more on the map right now than they do. Elder's coming up soon though, and Elder is a great equalizer, right? If you're able to somehow steal it or get a pick beforehand and you get that Elder, like you can fight anyone.
They're the one to die for.
Yeah, for sure.
I think if they lose this dragon, they're going to lose the game.
Yeah, for sure. That Elder or the Pentakill also is just crazy effective on this team because of. Oh man.
Tobagal a little bit up ahead of the rest of the team. Does lose the blue buff to Richard Nixon. I think Richard smoked that. He does have another one available in a few seconds here.
Oriana with the flank.
Oriana T-Down on the flank there. Ninja Own getting poked out. He is taking a lot of damage from that Vayne. So Don Helsing finally here, but Tobagal is absolutely deleted by Jer.
Yeah, so it's a 4v5
Ninja Own with the
now.
shield, looking for something. And he just does not do any damage to that beefy front line there.
Looks like Tim's just going to try to go for a steal, maybe.
I think he has to.
Oh, no. Looks like they're just going to try to end the game.
Yeah, they're going to try and end the game. Don's the only one back. Leggie's already on his way back, and so is Tim. So it'll be a 3v5 as a fight to save the game. Richard Nixon taking a bunch of damage to start the fight, but he is supposed to be. That's his goal. Leggy trying to keep himself alive as Vayne is pushed back over and over again with the ball. But there's a stun on the Leggy, and I think that is going to be the end of this game.
Yeah, they're just going for the kills right now.
Congratulations, Ionian Bladedancers, on your victory in Week 3 here.
Yeah, an exciting game.
Let's talk MVP. Who do you think? I want to give it to Jer with the commanding 114 vision score, 14 kills, 11 assists. Just massive.
Yeah, I also love, just looking at Jer's stat line there, I love that he has as much farm as his mid laner. Just because they're both playing, like, they both kind of took on half of the support duties. Jill with, like, playing the support in the fights, and Jer playing more like a AP carry. But yeah, just the massive gap in vision kind of enabled the Ionian Bladedancers to make the plays that they were going to make. And I think in every single fight, Jer on the Zyra found somebody to like one shot. So
for sure,
definitely Jer. I love giving supports MVP just because even when they play really well, sometimes they're. I'm not in this game. In this game, it's very clear that Jer did a lot. 14-3. It's very, very clear. But yeah, cool.
GG's, guys.
Yeah, anything else?
I think that's it.
Pretty much it. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. GG's to both teams, and congratulations to Ionia. That puts them to 2-1, I think. 2-1, and that puts Freljord Frostguard down to 1-2. Cool, GG's. Thanks for casting. See you guys later.
Yeehaw.